Hello, I am Aviva reporting live from room 552 for Israel 24/6 TV here in Jerusalem. Today is Sunday, March the 9th, 2008. Of course, last week the listening world learned that a former employee of Yeshiva Merkaz HaRav here in Jerusalem gained access to the yeshiva's library, where he commenced a shooting attack against the yeshiva students gathered there to celebrate the beginning of the month of Adar Beit. Mr. Abu Dachim perpetrated the killing on behalf of the Galilee Freedom Brigades, an Israeli Arab terrorist group which did claim responsibility for the attack. Of course, we all know that Mr. Abu Dachim died of the wounds he received when those present at the yeshiva began defending themselves against his attack. I would like to remind the listening world that on September the 11th, 2001, when the Twin Towers were falling and thousands of innocent people were dying, the Arab civilian population in this neighborhood went to the streets to publicly celebrate those deaths. And also last Thursday, the streets in Gaza were filled again with what is reported to be thousands of civilians again celebrating the deaths caused by a terrorist attack. It is also reported and documented that in mosques in Gaza City and northern Gaza, many residents went to perform the prayers of thanksgiving. Armed men fired their weapons in the air in celebration, and others gave out sweets to those passing by. The official statement from the Hamas terrorist organization blessed the operation in Jerusalem and promised, and I quote, "It will not be the last," end quote. The young men who died in the attack are Segev Peniel Avichal, 15, of Neve Daniel, Neria Cohen, 15, of Jerusalem, Yonatan Yitzhak Eldar, 16, of Shiloh, Yonadav Chaim Hirschfeld, 19, of Kokav HaShachar, Yochai Lipschitz, 18, of Jerusalem, Doron Trona Marahata, 26, of Ashdod, Abraham David Moses, 16, of Efrat, Roy Roth, 18, of Elkanah. And of course the press received almost immediate comments from sitting government officials here in Israel condemning the attack. And of course we also received a statement from Condoleezza Rice. But in my estimation, the words of the mayor of Jerusalem, the Honorable Uri Lupoliansky, are the most pertinent. Mayor Lupoliansky is on record here in Jerusalem as having worked tirelessly with all of the population of Jerusalem. Indeed, this journalist has attended numerous official dinners and welcoming events open to the people of all systems of faith. Even though a few of the mayor's words are difficult to translate into any language, I have a translation of the brief but poignant remarks of Mayor Uri Lupoliansky last Friday morning at the funeral of those young yeshiva students who fell victim to the gunfire of Mr. Abu Dachim. And I quote, "Our enemies are trying for many years to make our lives difficult, to harm us as much as they can. Jerusalem has paid a bloody price, and last night 8 of our sons were added to that long list. They came to study at Yeshiva Merkaz HaRav, and while they studied, they were murdered by a detestable life form. In the name of Jerusalem, the capital of Israel, and all its grieving residents, I have come to offer my condolences to the grieving families, to their friends, and to the yeshiva that lost some of its best sons. I say all of this even though I know words are insufficient to comfort such a great loss. May our God remember as the shield from heaven, who holds in his hand all living souls and all of the flesh of mankind. May they find a final rest in an elevation of pure holiness. Jerusalem will commemorate their memory, and in the consolation of Zion, Jerusalem will be comforted." End quote. I would like to thank Avital and Vin for their assistance from Media Central in the translation of the mayor's remarks, and that translation was quite swift. That concludes this edition of Fact Not Commentary. I am Aviva Lee, reporting live in Jerusalem from room 552 for Israel 24/6 TV. Thank you and shalom.